Lads, the championship is so incredibly hard to predict, okay? So please, don't start watching this video and then start throwing toast at my face. I'm sorry, okay? It's tough. Hello, I'm the Irish guy, and yes, the championship season is over, so let's see. Let's see how badly my predictions aged. I mean, don't worry, Prime Catch-Up coming tomorrow, and I'm sure there's a few ugly forfeits I've gotta do, but lads, let's just see. I'm gonna give myself a total score again by seeing how many numbers of places I was wrong with each team and adding them all up. Last season, my score was a horrendously bad minus 164. This time out, I just want to keep it under 100. Please. Right, let's go.
24th, Plymouth Argyle. I don't see a happy ending for Big Wayne. He'll be sacked before Christmas.
I was so close to a perfect prediction. I was wrong by 1. Yes, Rooney was sacked. But in comes Moran Muslic. Sure, they knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup, but no. Not relegated in 24th. Oh no, to be annoying about it, relegated in 23rd. Of course, just because Cardiff City were absolute rotten fig rolls. This was almost me off to a perfect start, but no! I lost by an agonizing 1, because I guess I'm not allowed to have nice things. So right now, I'm on minus 1.
23rd, Sunderland. Oh, Sunderland, what have you done? This is the season where they once again spectacularly implode. And now they've gone for the biggest hipster pick in the entirety of the Football League, appointing 48-year-old manager Regis Labrie. Regis Labrie! The man is going to be hilariously out of his depth. He is going to have the worldwide embarrassment of having relegated a Bellingham. The same year his big bro wins the Ballon d'Or. That ain't a good look, Regis. Sorry, Sunderland, but you're in for an embarrassing campaign.
Oh, great. Well, now, don't I look like a silly sausage? I was talking about Regis Labrie with such a casual ignorance, denigrating him just because his name sounds like a sandwich. I was chatting utter waffle about the state of this coach's pedigree, just because he looks like an evil vet who injects cats with sour milk. No, he's instead navigated Sunderland safely into the championship playoffs, before telling everyone to just give up in the spring. I'm sorry, but if he had just started this campaign the way he ended it, this fella would have had his CV fed to the weirs like donkeys. 5 defeats in a row. 1 goal scored in 6 matches. Sunderland are supposed to be preparing for the playoffs. No, this feels like a student preparing for his exams by sacking off his homework and studying to instead eat cookies and poke his aunt on Facebook. I said Sunderland would get relegated to League 1. Instead, they could wind up in the Prem. But yeah, I was wrong, and suddenly I'm on minus 20. Oh, I hope they're not all as stupid as this.
22nd, Derby County. Come on, this is blatantly a League 1 squad, so I'm sorry, but no, you'll put up a fight, you always do. But still, relegation, and to prove it, if you don't go straight back down, then I will eat 50 bananas in one sitting.
Whoops.
When Derby don't go down next season, Irish guy will die from a potassium overdose.
Eustace, we have a problem, lads. On March the 1st, Derby County were rock bottom of the championship, 7 points from safety. I wasn't exactly having nightmares about bananas. I wasn't collapsing with fear walking through the fruit and veg aisle in Aldi. But now, look, I'm a brain dead goblin. Because when I made this video, a comment popped up saying, don't eat 50 bananas. You will die. Yeah, that's... I don't want to have my mum laughing at me in my coffin. I think everybody would be too embarrassed to attend the funeral of someone who rotted himself to death with bananas. I can already see the headline on the Daily Mail website.
Irrelevant YouTuber poisons himself with 50 bananas.
Lads, I didn't realize how deadly this was. It's a fruit. Isn't fruit supposed to be safe? Aren't fruits supposed to be your mates?
50 bananas in one sitting, here we go.
Oh, great. Even Pingu wants me dead. Lads, don't worry. I would ignore medical advice, and yes, I will eat the 50 bananas. Here we go. I don't even like bananas. They're just food for monkeys. I don't like bananas. That's what chimps have for breakfast. I'm a human! Someone get me a Kit Kat, please. But to save my body from exploding like a cartoon character, I'm gonna do it by randomly chowing down on a banana in each of my next 50 videos. It's gonna make the next 50 videos look insanely weird. Just a banana eating jump scare when you least expect it. I mean, either that or I just devour this entire jar of foam banana sweets. There's so much sugar in this, I think all my teeth would fall out. But let me know in the comments, alright? Otherwise, it's gonna be, 50 videos in a row. And yeah, I'm on minus 23 points. Thank you, Derby.
21st, Hull City. This is going to be like the Huddersfield Town collapse after they very nearly got promoted in 2022. Sorry, lads, but by the end of the season, this whole project are going to be clinging on to survival, with Steve Bruce getting the job for the final month. Yeah, Rosignol is going to be qualifying for European football in France, while you have to watch a lazy, unmotivated Bruce chomping on a pie in the dugout.
Are you for real? Are you for real? Lads, Hull City City finished 7th last season. So me tipping them to drop 14 places to 21st. Oh, I'm guessing the whole fans were so outraged. Poor old Alfie was probably getting ready to break into my house at night to sprinkle armpit hair on my tea. To be fair, he probably doesn't have any. Lads, this is an outrageous prediction, right? Sure, sacking Liam Rosenior was bold, but they did replace him with a former Bayern Munich employee. Saying 21st was so nuts. No, I've got the brains of a baby pig, right? It'd be like saying that the King of England will be working in HMV this time next year, 7 hours a day behind a sweaty desk, selling copies of Magic Mike to creepy lonely spinsters. But no, lads, look at them, 21st in the table. This has to be one of my greatest predictions of all time. I mean, it's kind of mad this team finished so low in the table, considering they haven't actually lost a game but more than one goal since November. Oh, 21st. This is amazing. I hope the rest of them are as good as this.
20th Oxford United. But I actually think that Oxford are going to be the story of the season. I think they'll dig in, rally together, and ultimately, Des Buckingham, the former boss of New Zealand under-20s, they will absolutely shock the world and somehow just about scrape survival. I think Oxford United are going to be great. Mark my words.
Lads, Oxford did even better than I thought. Me to be this University Village to squeak 20th in the league. That felt big. I backed Oxford United for their highest ever finish in over 30 years and yeah. However, Des Buckingham, the Kiwi boss I said would shock the world, oh, he was fired before Christmas. And do you know where he had Oxford in the league? Yeah, 20th. Sorry, I said he'd shock the world by getting Oxford 20th. Instead he was sacked for doing just that. Why? I was so close, but no, I was wrong by 3 places. Isn't that more annoying than being given front row tickets to see Jason Derulo in concert?
19th Preston North End. Anyway, I think you'll get a bit of excitement this season, actually. Good news, because he'll be in a relegation battle. It's going to be a horrible season for Preston. Ryan Lowe will be sacked early doors, and in his place, overseeing this, Frank Lampard.
Are you seeing this? Lads, Preston North End had not been involved in a true relegation battle since 2011. This wasn't a thing the fans had to worry about, so me tipping this was odd. Look, this was so close to another mega prediction. I said that Preston would finish 19th. They finished 20th. All that separated them from 20th was just 3 lousy goals. That's it. I said Ryan Lowe would be sacked. He was gone after the first game. And Frank Lampard did get a championship job, but no, not Preston. I was so close. Lads, this is surprisingly going really well. My shock predictions are kind of working.
18th Sheffield United. Sorry, but this whole thing is a mess. And I'm sorry, but if the players do somehow get promoted, then I will dunk a box of spiders on my head.
Please no. Please no. Please no! Please no! No! Do not let Sheffield United win promotion to the Prem. No! I said 18th. Instead, it's 3rd with over 90 points on the board. I'm a clown. That's all there is. I'm somebody who clearly has the brains of a bag of quavers. I said 18. 18! 18! Instead, they got 90 points on the board. Our 3rd and red hot favourites to win the playoffs. Am I really going to be dunking a box of spiders on my head? Lads, I hate spiders. To such a point that I am scared of the 2nd Harry Potter film. Yeah, that's a children's movie. Why did I say they would finish 18th? Probably because I was still mad at them for being the single most boring team in Premier League history. Even the thought of that club back in the Prem. It's a bit like you told me that my boring Uncle Jim is coming around for tea. That's no more exciting than the taste of stale Weetabix. But yeah, I was wrong with 15 places. Minus 42.
17th Blackburn Rovers. I'm sorry, Eustace is not the next managerial superhero that everyone wants him to be. This team is not going anywhere fast, and the only reason Blackburn won't go down is because you'll sack Eustace in March before begging Sam Allardyce to come back and save the day.
I said 17th. I got the 7th part of that right, but I should have just stopped at that because adding the teenth to that word has now made me look about as intelligent as the smug frog on the Freddo bars. Sorry, he looks dopier than the dwarf of Snow White. I was so hideously, furiously wrong.
16th Sheffield Wednesday. And lads, if Wednesday do go down, then I will get a stranger to throw 50 potatoes at my head.
Phew. Do you know how embarrassing it would have been to rock up to the local hospital complaining of a concussion after having a bunch of spuds lopped off my head? I'm pretty sure the doctor would have instantly decided that I was weirder than the fat granddad off Neighbours. Look, Danny Rose did have a terrific season in charge once again. I said 16th. They did 4 places better than that. 12th.
15th Watford. You're lucky I'm not tipping you for relegation, but one thing is for sure. Cleverly is not getting the whole season in charge. If he does, then I will eat Weetabix off a stranger's knee.
Seriously? The Watford owners have been ruthlessly impatient for years. Every single year without fail, they choose to sack managers about as often as they feed their dog. You've seen big boy managerial names fired after just a few months of Vicarage Road. As well, Marco Silva, Claudio Ranieri, Slaven Bilic, Kike Sanchez Flores twice. They go through so many different managers. You probably didn't even know Chris Wilder was recently at the wheel. I mean, it blows my mind to try and picture Roy Hodgson in a Hornets tracksuit. These owners sack managers like you drink apple juice, and yet the one manager they generously give a whole season to is the most inexperienced of the lot. Tom Cleverley is still a Manchester United baby in my head. Trying to take him seriously as a manager? No, it's like boarding a plane and being told the pilot is Elmo. No thanks. Oh, there were rumours that Cleverley was on the brink of the sack in January, as Watford considered their 22nd managerial change in 13 years. But oh no, of course, you've decided to keep this wet cheesecake of a coach. And now, tune in later this week, because after this video, I've got to go out there and try to eat breakfast off a stranger's knee. Oh, won't that be fun? So yeah, either tomorrow or the next day. Oh yes, the most awkward bite of Weetabix in my life.
14th Cardiff City. Sorry, but this Cardiff team are the epitome of an unexciting mid-table bore. I'm sorry, lads, but if Cardiff do squeak into the top 10, then I will eat a bowl of mud.
Nope. Instead, they got themselves relegated, with Aaron Ramsey at the wheel. It was all types of weird. Minus 67.
13th Norwich City. Bringing in 35-year-old Johannes Hofthorp from Nordsjælland in Denmark is incredibly hipster, and it won't work.
Yes! 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 Are you for real? Get in there, Norwich, you absolute legends! This is my second bang-on genius prediction in the list. Because yes, Norwich City finished 13th. Another one I've gotten right. Am I actually secretly crazy smart? But still, this is perfect. Yes, Thorpe was absolutely a backward step as a boss. I think that's obvious when the club are polishing off the season, with Jack Wilshere taking on Aaron Ramsey in a managerial battle of wits. Two guys who I literally remember being Arsenal children. So seeing them face off in the dugout now, it is strange. It's like those creepy episodes of Rugrats all grown up, when they were now goofy teens. I don't want to see Tommy Pickles trying to get a girl. Look, I think it's obvious who their next manager is going to be. It's the most obvious pick in the world. Russell Martin, a Norwich legend, a promotion specialist who plays pretty football. If Delia Smith doesn't appoint him, then I can only assume she's now in that stage of her life where she sticks banana bread up her nose. This is a beautiful prediction, but come on lads, 2 is great. But I want 3. I want 4. I want 5.
12 Swansea. Nah, Swansea aren't doing much this season either.
I was so close to another one. This pretty much happened, except I said Swansea would finish 12th. Nah, instead, it's 11th.
11th Coventry. I cannot back you to get into the playoffs when your most recent form is ghastly beyond belief. Sorry, but no, okay? And if Coventry do go up, then I will spend an entire weekend camping on a tiny deserted island.
Is Frank Lampard really going to banish me to a deserted island? Am I going to be like Captain Jack when he was stranded on the beach with the rum? Look, I was right. Coventry and Mark Robbins were most people's favourite to finally come up. But no, they then melted like Easter eggs in the oven. They were in a relegation battle by Halloween, but no. Lampard comes in, straightens them out, and instead it's 5th. I was wrong by 6 places. Oh, isn't that just darling?
10th Bristol City. Right now, Bristol City have momentum, so I think they'll do well.
I didn't go far enough. I said Bristol will have a great season. Yeah, they did. Hello, they're in the playoffs for the first time since 2008. I'm actually wrong with 5 places, which is so annoying, because I said they would do bits.
9th Portsmouth. Yes, 9th. This is a gutsy prediction. But yeah, top 10.
Okay, no, Portsmouth did not finish 9th, but lads, they stayed up with ease. John Mousinho has produced a minor miracle, because they'd only won 1 out of the first 14 matches. They lost 6-1 at Stoke and 4-0 at Derby County. He could have gone, but hey, they survived. Minus 84.
8th Middlesbrough. Look, I don't think Michael Carrick is a rotten manager or anything. I just think he's destined to be the nearly man. The manager who is always buzzing around the playoffs, but never actually goes up, and eventually, clubs get tired of that.
This is almost spot on. Everything I said about Middlesbrough kind of happened. But no, I wasn't 8th. They went further back in 10th.
7th QPR. This won't be a promotion season, no, but I genuinely believe they have enough talent on their side to do something.
No, not at all. Instead, they finished 15th. I mean, this is annoying. QPR under Martí Cifuentes are going absolutely nowhere. Christ, up their final home match of the season was a 5-0 obliteration against Burnley. I don't know what I was thinking. This is so wrong.
6th Stoke City. Okay, this might seem like a completely stupid call. I realize this sounds horrendous on paper. Stoke City have been the most obvious pick in the championship. Everyone has always known where they're going to finish. Ever since they dropped out of the Premier League in 2018, they have been the most consistent team in England. 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 16th, and 17th. So me tipping them to suddenly break that consistency and surge up to 6th. This is not on the cards, surely. Look, I think Steven Schumacher is slowly building something. I think this season Schumacher shocks the world and somehow gets them to 6th.
This should have been a tap-in. I literally showed you that Stoke City were the most obviously consistent team in the world. They finished 16th in 2023. They finished 17th in 2024. Just say 18th for 2025. Just say it. They're literally begging you to say it. I feel like my mom could have told you Stoke would finish 18th. The answer was there staring at me in the face. First of all, I'm already going to pencil in my Stoke prediction for next season, okay? I'm going to say it now. 19th. Without a shadow of a doubt, why did I steer away from the most obvious prediction to come up with this sort of Looney Tune answer? No, Stoke really are finished. Their Premier League glory days and big money players are gone. They're now just a boring mud puddle. They're like what Misfits boxing is when KSI doesn't fight. I said that Steve Schumacher will shock the world. He was sacked a month after I said that. Why do managers even agree to become Stoke boss? It's football's answer to the most boring dead-end office job in the world. I'd imagine most recent Stoke managers have probably shortened their life expectancy by at least 4 years. And I was off by 12 places. Next!
5th Burnley, surely. Surely Burnley are in the playoffs. I mean, if Parker does not have them finish this season in the top 6, then I will eat shepherd's pie out of an airport toilet.
Thank you, Scott Parker. Thank you, because I really did not want to be picking mincemeat and hair out of my teeth. They've shown title-winning form. How do you get 100 points and only concede 16 goals and not win the league?
4th West Brom. Look, Carlos Corporán is a Bielsa disciple and a quality manager. Of course they'll get promoted. It's in their DNA. They are getting promoted for sure.
Okay. I said that West Brom's manager was destined for great things this season. Yeah. He beat Real Madrid last month. At the Santiago Bernabeu, outwitting Ancelotti. Who's laughing now? He quits West Brom for crisis club Valencia on the brink of relegation from La Liga. He walks in and guess what? They haven't lost since February. And they could very well scrape an unthinkable top half finish. So this has absolutely been his breakout year as a manager. But as for West Brom, nope, 9th. Ending the season with James Morrison in charge.
3rd, Leeds United. Sorry, Leeds. Leeds United might just be the biggest favourites for a championship title ever. They're up there. I know that every single person in the comment section below thinks Leeds are winning this. But I'm sorry. Nope. They'll still have a very good season. You'll put 89 points on the board, but Sorencio Somerville will be a massive miss, and you'll still trip up in the playoffs. Losing the final to West Brom. As former Ellen Road bib thrower Carlos Corporán, he really does get the last laugh.
Well, look at that. Leeds proved me wrong. Again. I said Leeds would not get promoted. Instead, they casually chuck 100 points on the board and win the championship title. But no, I was very wrong. And you know what's really weird? Not only did Leeds romp to the title, but they only lost their games 1-0. That's it. 4 1-0 defeats. I mean, considering a year ago they were getting slapped 4-0 by QPR, then that turnaround is kind of nuts.
2nd, Millwall. I truly believe that Millwall are going to be the story of the season. They have momentum, and I think they've made the championship signing of the summer, bringing in 27-year-old centre-forward Macaulay Langstaff from Notts County for less than £1 million. This is someone addicted to goals. He has scored over 100 goals in his last 3 seasons of football. He's going to eat the championship on toast too. 20 goals this season. He's going to be a mini Vardy. Honestly, lads, Millwall for the Prem.
1 goal. Macaulay Langstaff has 1 goal. Sorry lads, what was my obsession with this guy? I even mentioned his name on the kickoff back in the day.
Jamie Vardy has fallen off a cliff. Macaulay Langstaff at Notts County would put up more of a fight in the Premier League than Jamie Vardy right now.
I'm pretty sure I am the only person on planet Earth to ever mention this man's name on panel shows. I guarantee nobody else in the room had a clue who he was. That's why there was an awkward silence. Have I subconsciously chosen to back this kid just because his name sounds like Matty Longstaff, who gave me a golden moment in 2019. It's just a creepy prediction. As for Millwall, was I really backing nasty, ogre-ish Millwall? This feels like being back at school and you're intentionally being nice to the bullies smoking behind the PE hall because you're so utterly terrified they'll give you a wedgie and feed you your pencil case. Millwall came 8th. I'm wrong by 6 places.
1st, Luton Town. I think this is a sound pick. They were comfortably the best of the relegation teams last season. They've kept their manager Rob Edwards and the bones of the squad who competed fairly decently in the Premier League. I think this Luton team will have taken massive confidence from last season. They've kept their side together, and so yeah, they're going to win the championship title. And this doesn't even seem like a strange call.
Oh no. Relegated. Actual relegated. The team I said would take this league by storm slumped at 22nd in the table. Back-to-back relegations. Yikes! Imagine telling anyone a year ago that Premier League Luton would very soon be in a lower division than that Wrexham team of Disney Plus. It's embarrassing, and this has kicked my score down to minus 144. So overall, how did I do? Look, it's better than last season, okay? It's an improvement of 20 points. And I'm proud of the whole prediction. I'm proud of the Norwich prediction, but seriously, tipping Luton to win the league. And of course, they're in League One now. Oh, it's just terrible. But yes, stay tuned for me this week, eating Weetabix off a stranger's knee. Oh, and wait. What's this?
I'm strangely confident in myself this summer. So for every wrong prediction that I get, I will smear an egg sandwich in my face.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh great. Tune in tomorrow then. If you enjoy me, love getting a lecture because it's always up to Why am I always so wrong?